Hello and welcome to
The Next Level Now.
I'm Tamika Leslie.
And I'm Kirk Weber.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Yes.
So, hey, we jumped into this little podcast, and you guys probably missed the first couple of minutes of it because we were talking off camera and we're having such a good time, we just decided to turn on and drop you in.
Yeah.
So we were talking about a course that, Tamika, you're thinking about putting together.
Yes.
And that course is on?
The Art of Speaking is the title of the course, and it's communication focused.
Now, why do you think communication is an art?
It's an expression, it's a way of expressing yourself. And I'll tell you why, actually. Earlier today, I was looking at, there was just a USB sitting on my desk, and I popped it into the computer, and I'm looking at it, and it's two speeches from when I first started communication training. And I was like, oh, it was cringeworthy. Because I didn't move around a lot. I was doing a lot of pacing.
Yeah.
my words and my hands they weren't speaking the same language. And it was just like, I was just standing there and talking, and there was nothing to go with it. And now I'm all about everything flowing. See how my hands are moving, and everything is more fluid. I use my gestures and my facial expressions and all of that to communicate.
I would agree. I've watched you speak many times, and I'm always in awe because your ability to speak, everyone's different when they speak.
Yes.
But yours is more like a very pretty picture. And there's lots of things to see. You're right, the hands are moving, the gestures are there. When I do a gesture, I'm thinking about it, and it comes out a little more robotic, it's a little more mechanical, whereas yours seems to just flow. And that's just so much fun to watch. It really is.
Yeah. And actually, what you said is that everyone has a different way of communicating. And everyone has that one thing that they do really, really well. And for you, Kirk, it's the humor. I love the humor. You just throw that in periodically. But also, it's your vocal variety. I'm just in awe. We were recording commercials for this podcast, and he just goes into the deep voice. Hello, this is Kirk Weber. And it's like, wow. If only I could have a deep voice, but then that wouldn't go over as well.
No, it's going to cause some questions. Yeah.
But I love that about your speaking ability. And not everyone can do the vocal variety like you can.
I would say that's a trainable skill, though.
I've been trying to learn for years.
The secret to that is let go.
Okay.
Just let yourself go.
Okay.
Picture, channel someone, and let it go.
Okay.
See what happens.
I will work on that.
Work on that. But you're the one with the course, so tell me a little bit more about it.
Well, it was inspired by the art of speaking. It's like you have a blank canvas. What is your topic? What are you going to paint? What's the picture that you're painting? And you can paint a picture with your words.
Absolutely.
You can just paint a picture about the scene or the feeling.
So you can be Michelangelo. You could be Bob Ross.
Yes.
Happy little tree. Right
Yes.
Right. You can do the whole thing.
You can do anything. And one thing that I find truly amazing about communication is that depending on how you speak and what you say, if I tell you that the sky is green, at first you're going to think, wait a minute, the sky is not green. But if I paint a picture and I tell you with confidence that I know for a fact that the sky is the same color as this wall, you might start to see it.
Well, I would believe it because I lived for several years in Chicago. And when a tornado hits, this is the color. So yeah, it can be.
It can be. So yeah, it's not about not speaking the truth. It's that if you're confident in what you're saying, people will believe it.
Absolutely. Confidence comes from that belief yourself. The words will find their way there. Where all can you think, Tamika, that we could use some improvement in any of our lives in communication? What are some examples of some practical applications of what you're putting together for us in this course?
Well, it starts at home with family. It starts at home with family because one thing that I know for sure is that I would say I'm an expert communicator, an expert in communication. That doesn't mean I have all the answers. That means I'm still learning. It's not a destination, it's a journey.
Right.
You're always learning and growing. But my one son has selective hearing. Don't know if you've ever experienced that. You know. And he doesn't want to hear what I have to say when it comes to chores. And so we've been through this with him, and I say, Thomas, I need you to do this. It would help so much, and here's why. Because, you know, everybody's doing something. I'm doing this, Lewis is doing that, you're doing this. And he can see how it all comes together and how it helps with what we're trying to accomplish. And I told him, I said, you're gonna get better at communicating because we're gonna work on it together.
Great.
Together.
I like it.
And he holds me accountable now. He says, well, Mom, you said, and I'll say, you're absolutely right. And so it goes both ways. So now we have this give and take, and he has gotten better with his communication. And probably I have improved my communication with him.
Because of
that. Yeah, so it's a give and take.
So definitely the communication is going to help us with family life. Are there other places you think you could put your course together and make it useful for somebody?
Well, I think family is definitely your everyday life. And that's important because you don't want to be frustrated in your day-to-day life, but also I would say in the workplace.
Absolutely.
In the workplace. When you're communicating with coworkers or your superiors or whoever you're communicating with, making it clear because they can't read your thoughts.
They cannot. And my 45 years of being in practice and working with people on a regular basis. And right now I'm doing examinations for truck drivers so that they can legally move up and down the highway. So part of this has to do with taking a urine sample, and I have to test it. So I'll send them back to the bathroom with an empty cup with the instructions. Please, just a little bit in the cup for me. Leave it on the back of the toilet and come on up and we'll do the exam. You cannot begin to imagine how many people come up and it's like they're from The Lion King, you know, where they're, yes, I see your urine, that's very nice. Why did you bring it here? But communication is more than the spoken word.
Yes, it's also listening.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's listening. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth.
Yes. What do you think is the biggest reason that people want to speak as opposed to listen?
Everyone in the world wants to be heard.
I agree.
And they want to speak so that everyone can hear them, see them. I'm here. And it goes back to something that Oprah Winfrey used to say when she had her talk show. She said that some of the most amazing, brightest people, world leaders, would come up to her after an interview and say, how did I do? Everyone just wants to be acknowledged and seen and heard.
Great story. Great story.
Yeah.
I can remember Think and Grow Rich. You've read it? Okay.
Yeah.
Napoleon Hill talking about having been to a party with a bunch of socialites in New York and was surprised the next day to read in the newspaper. At that time, we didn't have social media. You know, they had
Newspaper.
You had to read the social pages. And the matriarch of the society said what a great conversationalist he was.
Wow.
His memory was, I didn't say anything. But in the book, he relates then that he just asked her questions about her story.
Yeah.
She was talking about a trip. He said, where'd you go? Well, who was with you? What did you see? They expressed the interest in the speaker, and that makes them a good conversationalist.
Yes. And again, that goes back to people just want to be heard.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So this is something that everyone can learn something from. It's a brilliant course. You'll learn how to, when you have those moments in the workplace or wherever. I know my husband was asked we were at our son's wrestling banquet. And it was about to start. We were going to eat first and then afterwards do awards and everything and have a nice ceremony for the wrestlers. And someone asked my husband to do the blessing. Would you mind saying the blessing? And he says, sure. When do you want me to say it? In about 5 minutes. Would you be prepared or would you pass? And you want to always, if you want to be seen and heard, this is an excellent opportunity for you to be able to be seen and heard. So taking that opportunity and being prepared to say the blessing or to say a prayer or to do a toast or whatever it may be. In the workplace, it's always an opportunity to do a presentation. And this course will teach you how to quickly structure in your mind how you're going to speak.
That sounds really, really useful. To the point that I'm thinking that as a parent with a teenage child at home, this would be a fun course, a good course to go through with both of them together. You'd be helping them to advance in life. You're helping communication within the family.
Yes.
Helping yourself. That's a wonderful, wonderful course for that. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it's fun. And you too can partake.
Yes, you can.
As soon as it's completed. It's called The Art of Speaking, and it's my communication course.
You look for it soon on thenextlevelnow.org. You're going to see Tamika's smiling face as she invites you to come along on this course. I think it's going to be a great, exciting, fun journey. I'm going to take it.
Yeah.
I'm going to.
Nice.
Absolutely.
You're my #1 fan. That's fantastic.
You've got it. You've got it.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
This is not goodbye. This is see you next time.